I'm not going to try and underestimate the difficulty of being relocated to a new area with a new identity. You know, that sounds very romantic. It sounds almost James Bondish. He can't have any great contact with close members of his family. He couldn't obviously go back to his own town or home environment and expect to, you know, drink in the local pub where he drank and mix with the friends that he had before the case.
I know he's innocent. I know Darren's a liar. I know that. I know my brother. You know, me and my brother have done everything over the years together. We've always been together. And if my brother was to go and do something like that, he wouldn't go with Darren Nichols. He would take one of his own member of the family. You don't go on a killing with a friend you've known for 2 years. You'll go with your brother, or your sister, or your cousin, your uncle. You know, it isn't known to go with, you know, a friend and take a criminal liar with you. Definitely not. I haven't showed me emotions yet for all what's gone on. I've held it in. It's something you learnt when you was in the prison system. You pick up the telephone, ring home, you're at home on the phone. Put the phone down, you're back in the system. I'm in the system now, I'm in the campaign system. So whatever goes on, it's all in my head. I'm holding it inside. On the day it comes out will be the day that I can relieve it all. But until that day, I'll keep it. I'll keep it with me. And that day gets nearer every day as we go on.
I mean, we all talk about it every day, about the situation he's in and all that, but we also talk about he's coming home.
You can meet someone, how can you tell them? Oh yeah, by the way, I'm a Supergrass. I mean, most people are supposed to hate people like me. How can I tell if they like me or hate me? There's a bounty on my head. I'm not sure how much it is. Someone says it's $250,000, someone says it's $500,000. But who's going to collect it? I mean, if someone topped me, where are they going to go to collect it? I wouldn't want to be the bloke knocking on someone's door. They say, oh yeah, it's up there by the railway lines. Come with me. I'm worried inside. It hurts me. I'm worried. I just can't say how I feel, I suppose. I mean, I even thought to myself, wouldn't it have been easier if I'd just topped myself and then nothing would have happened? Everyone would have carried on and I'd have been forgotten about in a fortnight. That would have cheered up too many people and I thought, fuck them.
I was told that I had to change my name, and it's something that Americans do, don't they? It's just so unreal. When you've been so-and-so for so long, and then to try and think of a new name for yourself, is... How do you tell the kids? Oh, we're changing our name, and it's why? Because, oh, we thought you know, we'd go and move away, we'll have a new name as well. It'll be all sort of exciting. Didn't want to believe that I was in danger of any kind. Don't know if I was. Don't know if I still am. Don't know if I'll ever... Don't know whether the children will be. I don't know. But I do know there are people out there, I mean, who will do anything for a few £100.
Darren Nichols' sentencing is imminent. He could still face a long stretch in prison.
The police told me to come prepared, to bring a bag, on the assumption that I might be going away. And they also said to me, they booked you a space in the Isle of Wight. in the Supergrass unit, which was very nice of them. That reassures me I'm not going away. It's quite a serious event from their point of view to get me to court alive, because the police feel they have actually told me, they feel this is the time to get me. Try not to think about it, really. If you think about it, you just start worrying about it, wouldn't you? So I try not to. I put it out of my mind until the day. Always very nervous, you know, upset stomachs and things. So I try not to think about it. I feel sorry for my wife more than anything. If I get to go down, well then she gets to be lonely. I mean, she's had a lot of doubts in me herself, and it's took a lot of effort for me to convince her that it's rubbish, and you know I told the truth. I mean, it's pretty hard for me, because even my wife doubts me.
This is the main time when it comes back to me with Jack, because Jack would be here. Jack would be in this position here, you know, with me. People look at it as if, oh, that's how they got that boat. Drugs, you know, importing drugs and, you know, in the criminal underworld. But we never got it like that. Every bit of this is bought and paid for on our overdraft. And unfortunately, I'm finishing paying for this while Jack's away, sort of thing. You and Mum just pull it apart.
Get a bit of air in it, yeah?
JJ, just lift the end up and it'll woof, and it'll be right across here like that.
Jack Worm's leave to appeal is now weeks away, and the family are trying to stir up public interest in the case.
Hold up. Go on.
On the 13th of November 1998, Darren Nichols was taken to Woolwich Crown Court for sentencing. It is now up to the judge to take into account his role as a Supergrass and decide if he should go to prison for his own offences.
Fucking brilliant, yes, fucking brilliant moment, wasn't it? A big sigh of relief, and I just thought, excellent. There's no more. They've got no more hold over me, you know? And that moment was great.
Darren Nichols was given a 15-month sentence, but because he had served time on remand, he was allowed to go free.
The funny thing is, this great moment happened in my life. And when I got home, I couldn't tell anyone. Couldn't even go and have a drink. And be happy, sort of just, you know. No one knew it, apart from me. I just sort of had to wander around normally.
My advice to Darren Nichols is simple. Don't associate with past criminals. Don't trust too many members of your family, and generally never brag about your past, because there will always be someone prepared, if they knew the truth, to cause you some harm.
It's just a big relief that it's all over. Well, it's all over and we can just get on with it like everybody else. Live a normal life.
Just got to wait and see what happens for us now. You see, nothing's happened really, apart from I'm not going away.
That's all we've been waiting for, really, anyway.
Oh yeah, I know, but we're still in limbo because I still haven't got a passport, driving licence. Still don't exist. Still can't do anything. Still waiting for it all to be sorted out.
Have a read of that. Have a read about this counter justice.
Yeah, free read, do you good for half time. Probably more interesting than the match.
Give you something to read while you're waiting for your burgers. It's regarding the murders, the true story. Would you like one, dear?
Read it, comments, telephone number on the back, you'll make any comment. Thanks for your time. Thank you.
That you boys. The trial of the Range Rover murders.
I actually sat down once. I was a bit gutted to the fact that I'd fucked up a couple of families' lives. Like Jack Worm's family. He's got children and all that. I have pangs of conscience about it, you know. I often thought to myself, what would happen if I just said I lied and got them off? Nothing anyone could do. They'd just be let off and be compensated. And actually thought that. I never do it, but I actually had it in my mind to think I could do that, you know. I could get them out of this trouble. Would they like me again?
I think it would be perhaps easier for me if he had committed a crime. You know, because if he's done anything wrong, he's entitled to pay for it. If they could show me one thing, that's the bit I can't understand. If they could show me one little bit of forensic. If he did do it, I would have said, well, you carry on. You've done it, you paid for it. If my son had done the murders, I'd still stand by him. I know I would. You can't just turn your back on your children. No mother can they?
I mean, Mick and Jack getting off can play on your mind. It plays on my mind. Because if they got off on an appeal, in the long term, I think they would have to find me. Because they wouldn't be happy until they kill me. Even if you don't think you're thinking about it, you know you are. I don't know how the appeal will go. I mean, assuming the fact that they're guilty. Obviously, I'd hope severely that it went the way I want it to go, and they don't get off.
Monday, January the 25th, 1999, and the Wombs family arrive at the High Court to hear Jack's leave to appeal.
Deep down nervous and worried, but up here confident.
Excited, I suppose. Confident. Just see if we get justice today.
It's a big day, one of the biggest days for the last 3-4 years. No forensics, there was no drugs, there was no money, there was no weapon.
Can't wait to get in there and see what the legal team do. And looking forward to coming out with a big grin on my face.
We'll just see if British justice, you know, can sort it out. If there is such a thing, I've lost a lot of faith. Yeah, but go and face the music and get yourself sorted.
If I'm a big liar, I concocted the perfect story. I knew where 2 of my friends were on the night of the murder, and I think everyone should just look at the fact that 12 people consider me to be telling the truth, and they heard all of the evidence, and other people haven't heard all of the evidence. Not even I have heard all of the evidence. So it bugs me to think that people think I'm a big liar.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All because of one liar. One liar.
I just knew that it wasn't going to be. And just listening to all the points of appeal being rejected, and all of them, is unreal. Absolutely unreal. I mean, Darren Nichols could laugh his head off today, he'd probably hear it on the news, but he'll be found out in time. That'll come out eventually.
I was, well, devastated to be quite honest. But I thought, well, I'm not going to let them beat me. I've got my boy to go and face in prison and tell him yet. And I think that would be 10 times worse than what's just happened in there. But we didn't stand a chance.
I don't need an imagination to guess what people think of me. You get the criminal side who think you're the biggest thing since sliced bread in the grass department, and on the other side of things, the police, you know you're the biggest witness they've ever had. I don't get drunk and think, oh right, what a good pub story. Look, I've grassed all my mates up. I don't think that's something you can be proud of or boast about. I've made myself more famous than the bloke grassed the craze up. I can live without that fame.